Alright, here I am again. And I know I said I wasn't going to put another video out there until I had this thing up and going. But this is for you Coot guys that have these things and are working on these things and maybe thought this might give you an idea. Somebody's probably already come up with it. I'm not sure. Anyway, when you put a Vanguard motor in your Coot, it raises the seat almost 2 3/4 of an inch higher to clear the airbox of the engine. So I didn't want to sit up that high. One thing for sure, you definitely run into clearance for legroom getting down past the steering wheel. Gets a little bit tight. So what I did is I cut a square out of the wood, the bottom of the seat of the Coot, and welded in rebar. I took and bent the rebar in this shape, and then welded the rebar to that piece of metal, which is, I believe it's just 14 gauge. Heated it up and then bent it kind of in a curvature so it's no hard edges when you're sitting on it. And then I can probably take the foam, cut a little bit of the foam out in this area, and once you put the foam on and the canvas or the vinyl or whatever seat back over that, you're not going to be any of the wiser. So all I had to do was add an inch. So I'm sitting an inch higher than stock, but I figure that's not too bad. I've got clearance. It sits on there nice. It's sturdy. I got up there and walked around on it. It doesn't seem like it's going to crack or break. And so I'm going to go throw the foam back on here and get it covered back up. But anyway, I know you didn't want to hear or see another video until this thing was up and driving, but I figured somebody out there might find this helpful. Anyway, if you thought this was helpful to you, definitely take that and use it. Okay, guys, here's the underneath of the seat. We've got these put on. Actually ended up going with 3/4 inch. This is some black walnut. It'll be pretty tough. Countersunk them a little bit so that don't rub on the metal. And you can see inside here what I did. You can see the rebar. And I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do here with the material. I can pull this up and then stretch it out here and maybe use some spray adhesive or something, but for now it's just going to be how it is. So let's throw it in and see how it looks. Okay, there's the difference of the stock height versus the modified height. Not bad. Let's see there. It's not bad at all. It gets us pretty close. I'm happy with that. Cool. A little bit of a hump. I sat on it. You can feel it just a little bit, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't take the padding out, but it is what it is. Alright, there it is installed. You can see it's not a heck of a lot higher. It's not a lot higher than the stock seat, if you can see back there in the back. And still got leg room. I like that. I didn't cut any of the foam out. I figured it does hump up a little bit right there. And maybe eventually I will, but for now we'll just let it ride how it is. And it sits down on there. So yeah, I like that. That's my fix for the seat. Getting over top of that Vanguard. Now I just got to hook up the exhaust, the fuel, and we should be up and running. Okay, let me know what you think.